We want to go back now to our Texas Republican primary voters who hold the keys to the biggest prize here on the most important single day on the campaign calendar. Texas worth more delegates than nearly a dozen states. Hiya, Frank.
Hiya, Frank.
Hey, Megan, do you guys deserve all this attention?
Yes.
Are things really bigger in Texas? Well, you all laughed at a couple moments, and once again, I got to drive the control room nuts because I have to switch the order. How many of you thought Ben Carson's comment was the funniest of the evening?
Absolutely.
So I want to replay that for you because it was a plea. It was one of those moments that you will not forget. It dialed incredibly well. Let's take a look at the funniest moment of tonight's debate, starring Ben Carson.
This guy's a choke artist, and this guy's a liar. You have a combination.
This guy always goes.
You have a combination of factors. He can't do it for the obvious reason, and he can't do it because he doesn't know how to tell the truth.
Can somebody attack me, please?
Okay, here, Wolf.
Now, I want to point, you're the youngest person here. This is going to be your first time voting, so whatever you say is going to be really important. I don't mean to make you nervous. Get your hand off his knee.
Mama.
Go ahead.
They were giving Trump so much attention. They weren't giving the other candidates like Carson any attention, and I think it's unfair. They need to give each candidate the same amount of time.
Yes.
Do you guys agree with that?
Yes.
Stephanie debate, I would ask one question, and every candidate would have to ask them the same question. I want to know apples to apples.
So I got to ask you, Carson actually dialed very high. He, on average, dialed better than any candidate, but none of you thought he won. Why should they pay attention to him?
Great orators don't necessarily make great leaders.
Yes.
Not a big
We have Obama.
Yeah.
It was the best he's ever been tonight.
Yes.
But it wasn't enough to change
He's still at
anything
1 or
for me.
2%.
We're talking about how the media treats different people, and that's the subliminal message is that he can't win.
And he wasn't in there mud wrestling with everybody. That's why he didn't get as much attention.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Brett.
We live in a day where popular, loud people get all the publicity. Ben Carson is humble. And unfortunately, that doesn't play to what we think is good or great in this country. And I'm afraid that if Donald Trump doesn't dial it back, that we're not going to see that in him.
How many of you think Trump wins the nomination? How many of you think Trump is the next president of the United States? So it's a little less than half here. Why don't you think Trump is the next president?
I think in the debates, he's got a very brash attitude. And if you go back and look at Hillary Clinton's debate against Rick Lazio in New York for the Senate race, he was leading her by a wide margin. He walked up to her with a pen and paper and said, please sign this pledge not to accept soft money. The next day, her spokesperson went out and said that he was a bully, he was in her face, and all of a sudden, he's losing, and everybody in the mainstream media is saying he's a sexist bully.
Well, let's focus on what's going on right now.
The world's a different place now, and his whole pitch has been enough with this PC baloney, and he's done a good job. He was able to battle Carly Fiorina.
But he goes over the line.
In the back.
We have the email servers and all the emails now, and Hillary's a much different person now.
So Donald Trump watches all this stuff. And how many of you, by show of hands, believe you should dial it back? Raise your hands.
Yes.
Okay, this is important because a fair number of people came in here and they're telling him to dial it back. Tonight was Marco Rubio's night. Donald Trump is still significant. And Megan, the conclusion is only 3 people here changed their votes. This is the least amount of any debate that we have done these focus groups, which is just about every one. So the decisions have been made, and frankly, I'm not sure if anything will change what the outcome was going to be based on what they saw tonight. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yes.
Megan, back to you.
Fascinating. Thank you, Frank. Thank you, focus group. Thank you, Texas.
Thank you.